You are all familiar with the picture of the events from the last several hours, from this dramatic night in Polish skies. I therefore convened an extraordinary meeting of the government. In the first part of our meeting, generals will participate in order to provide precise information. Thank you very much, and a warm welcome. Tonight, Polish airspace was violated by a large number of Russian drones.
Polskiej przestrzeni powietrznej przez dużą liczbę rosyjskich dronów.
Those drones that posed a direct threat were shot down. I asked General Kukua, Chief of the General Staff, to convey words of recognition to the pilots who took part in this operation. The procedures worked. The decision-making process was flawless. The threat was eliminated thanks to the determined attitude of the commanders, our soldiers, our pilots, and also our allies.
Zdecydowanej postawie dowódców, naszych żołnierzy, pilotów i także sojuszników.
For that, I am very grateful. We are most likely dealing with a large-scale provocation, but at the same time we are in consultations with our allies. I am in constant contact with the Secretary-General of NATO, so that in the coming hours, days, and in the longer future we can act just as effectively as we did tonight in the face of such threats. This is the first instance when Russian drones were shot down over the territory of a NATO state, and that is why all our allies are treating the situation very seriously. We have not recorded any casualties. Of course, searches for the wreckage of the downed drones are ongoing. We are slowly reopening airports. The closure of the airports was not caused by a direct threat or an attack on them, but was dictated by the operational needs of our pilots. At this moment, the airports are systematically being reopened. Naturally, there will probably be some issues, disruptions related to delays, but I am sure you all understand the necessity of such actions. I am also in constant contact with our military and with the President. For many hours now, we have been speaking and assessing the consequences of these dramatic events. We are also evaluating future needs. This situation shows how important not only investments are, but also full coordination of actions and straightforward procedures, so that in case of danger we can act appropriately and decisively. These procedures worked. I also extend great thanks to the commanders. When I was at the operational command tonight, I watched with the highest appreciation the extremely professional conduct of our soldiers, their commanders, and also all the civilian services that have been involved in this operation from the very beginning. It continues still. I mean the search for wreckage and possible identification of any incidents such as damage to infrastructure. So far, as I said, fortunately we have no information about possible casualties. Consultations with allies are ongoing. I want to stress most emphatically that the cooperation between institutions has been exemplary, with full communication. We already held 2 meetings tonight with the President. In a moment, I will also speak with the Marshal of the same. It is very important that at moments of such a trial, all institutions act like a single fist. I must assure you with full conviction that all these institutions are passing this test. It is an important lesson for all of us. We are ready to repel such provocations and attacks. We are well prepared, and the situation is serious. Today, no one can have any doubt that we must prepare ourselves for different scenarios. At this moment, I can say that this first test, our military, our allies, and also the procedures prepared for such eventualities, has been passed, and those procedures and plans are working. There is no reason to panic. Life will go on as normal. We will inform citizens of all developments, so there will be full clarity about what is happening in Polish skies and at Poland's borders. But at this moment, there is no reason to introduce restrictions that would complicate the daily lives of ordinary citizens. If necessary, we will, of course, provide updates on an ongoing basis, and I am very grateful for the quick and precise communication prepared by the military. This is also a guarantee of reliable information. I appeal to everyone without exception, politicians, journalists, commentators, to be very sensitive to attempts at disinformation and hostile propaganda. From the very first minutes of this attack or provocation, the Russians have been very active online, and disinformation, false information, and attempts to spread panic will certainly accompany us. And here we must all also pass a test of civic and political responsibility. We cannot under any circumstances succumb to such hybrid informational attacks and disinformation. That is why I ask you to rely on official communications, above all those communicated by the Polish armed forces. Together with the President, we have agreed that we will issue these political communications jointly, also with our colleagues. At 6:30 this morning, I had another meeting with the President. Now we are holding a government meeting. We will, of course, spend the whole day here at work so that, as a government, we can respond to all possible and unexpected situations. Although, as I said, at this moment the situation seems to be under control. In a moment, I will give the floor to the generals. We thank the media. We will receive a concise update on the current situation, and afterwards I will assign you tasks resulting from the circumstances in which our country has found itself. Thank you.